Being at this press conference, these are my words, don't quote anybody, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. That was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words.
What the actual fuck did you just say to me right now? Get out of my sight. Get out of my sight.
This afternoon, the family of Carmelo Anthony held an insane press conference where they started it out by attacking the father of their son's victim.
What?
So let's check out some bits from this press conference and then I'll tear it to shreds.
The father being at this press conference, these are my words, don't quote anybody, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son. Next Generation Action Network from the beginning has respected the loss of life. No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life.
What the fuck am I watching?
It's just completely bonkers that they're trying to turn it around on the father like he's the one doing something wrong. The father is only there in the first place because Carmelo Anthony murdered his son. And I don't know if you caught it there, but it almost seemed like a veiled threat when he told the father that there's some sort of information they have about the son that they haven't released. Once you find out who this guy actually is, it won't be at all surprising to you.
And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it. And so I say to people, actions speak louder than words.
Oh, sweet irony.
He has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
He's in, boys! He did it! He said it!
But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Carmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation.
Yeah, no shit.
That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame.
Okay, so who's actually the people trying to push off responsibility here?
And what I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on, I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone with weather in that magnitude?
I should have let you. What the fuck?
You couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time.
All right, we waste him. No offense.
The school superintendent didn't murder Austin Metcalf. The rainy weather didn't murder Austin Metcalf. Carmelo Anthony did that.
Y'all do that research. Because as a person who is the administrator of your children, you are responsible for the safety of the children. But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Carmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation.
Yeah.
Sarah Fields, never heard of this woman. This is the kind of despicable things that led to the father being here. Political operatives.
No.
Okay, first off, the reason that the father is there is because Carmelo Anthony murdered his son. That's why he's at the public press conference.
Motivating this family with hate. Carmelo Anthony posted on something that shows, posted here. These are the type of lies that are threatening this family. Posting the family's picture. These are the type of lies. She's getting millions of views on this. She's even came after me. She's even said all of those things.
Then he starts attacking Sarah Fields, and all she did was expose who this guy actually is. And who is Dominique Alexander? Well, he is a legit convicted felon with a well-documented criminal history, including a 2011 guilty plea to a first-degree felony charge of causing serious bodily injury to a 2-year-old.
That's racist!
So yeah, these are real cream-of-the-crop people we're dealing with here.
And now that the public knows exactly what is going on, I ask, because these racist bigots tried to prevent us from standing up for our baby, our boy.
But he's still a murderer.
He should be afforded the same rights that Kyle Rittenhouse had, Daniel Pena, and all of the people who have claimed whatever their defense was. He should be afforded the same right. Nobody in the public media has one video camera, but we got the video of Kyle Rittenhouse with an AK-47 shooting 3 people in the back.
Excuse me, what?
We got that. And he raised more than $2 million publicly, and nobody said anything.
Kenosha shooter, Kyle Rittenhouse, he murdered 2 people, by the way.
Rittenhouse is basically what you would have had in a school shooter. He's a 17-year-old kid. He shouldn't have had a gun. He crossed state lines to supposedly protect property. No, he was going out to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a vigilante.
Kyle Rittenhouse, the armed teenage vigilante.
A 17-year-old vigilante, arguably a domestic terrorist, picked up a rifle, drove to a different state to shoot people.
Kyle Rittenhouse, a guy who's deeply racist, went with weapons to a Black Lives Matter protest looking to get in trouble. He did. He murdered a couple of people.
Rittenhouse, the 17-year-old kid, just running around, shooting and killing protesters.
You see the 17-year-old who was radicalized by Trumpism, took his AR-15 to Kenosha and became a killer.
A white, Trump-supporting, MAGA-loving, Blue Lives Matter social media partisan, 17 years old, picks up a gun, drives from one state to another with the intent to shoot people.
And nobody said anything. So since they tried to come for us, I call for the community's overwhelming support for this fund.
How about no?
Then this imbecile who's trying to push off responsibility by pointing to supposed racism and disinformation brings up Kyle Rittenhouse and claims that he had an AK-47 that he shot 3 people in the back with, which is completely and totally untrue. And the idea that everybody was just okay with Kyle Rittenhouse is another false rewriting of history, because as we all know, the left, the Democrats, and the media were relentless in demonizing Kyle Rittenhouse despite the facts. So they actually ended up getting the cops to remove Austin Metcalf's father from the public press conference. Notice how Austin Metcalf's father didn't murder anybody when they told him to leave. All right, folks, that's all I can stand. So let me know what you all think about this in the comments. And if you're still here, might as well hit that like button and subscribe. I do post on a regular basis, so make sure to keep checking back for more. Thanks a lot.